it is, the cheapest Prevost on the internet, at least the cheapest one we could find. Welcome to the channel, everybody. So the other night we were scouring the internet looking for our next big build and happened to run across this 98 Prevost XL45E. E for entertainer, was tour bus configuration with a buy it now of $6,500. So a few clicks later, we were the proud new owners. We didn't know a whole lot about it. We knew that primary damage was burn, secondary damage was listed as burn engine, clearly not a run and drive, and we didn't have time to inspect it or get an inspector up there. So the pictures you're seeing are the only pictures we saw. Clearly a little bit of burn damage coming out of the bay in front of the drive axle and the broken window out back, but overall good. The heavier damage on the driver's side above the genset bay, so we had naturally assumed that the generator had caught fire. But looking at the rest of the coach, it looked good. It looked as if it was in service prior to this happening, which we've later found out it was. So we were kind of hoping that maybe the damage was contained to the generator bay, had not reached the interior. The broken window that we figured was the fire department getting a hose in there. But again, overall, it did not look bad. Certainly did not look like it wasn't all repairable. In fact, a lot of what we were seeing on the exterior looked pretty superficial. I mean, we had assumed that the generator was going to be a total loss. Now, the engine looked good. It doesn't look like the fire made it into there, at least from what we could see in the pics. Again, it's all a bit of a gamble, but we were hoping for the best. So looking at the interior, we only had two pics to go by. This one here, looking at the driver's seat, and we had another one looking down the main hallway, the main aisle, where we noticed a little bit of chaos going on where the bunks were, and we knew that that's where the genset fire was. So we didn't know if it was completely burned out or what was going on.
All right, so let's do a quick walkthrough so you guys can see what we are starting with. Nice thing is, looking at everything up front, I don't see a lot of alterations since the original build. The wiring looks, for the most part, stock. Do see some maybe questionable repairs in there that we're going to take care of. But overall, everything's looking pretty good up here. So cruise on down. First bay, those were some of the bunks we pulled out, and I think at this point we're going to just get rid of those and build new. Surprised when I opened this one up, the inverter and the breaker panel are all appear to be intact. So that'll save us a few bucks going down the road. Nothing too exciting here. Now, here's where the fun begins. Here is what's left of our generator. Not a whole heck of a lot. Now we're gonna do a whole video when we pull this out and extract it and see what we're exactly dealing with. But obviously, all of this is getting replaced. We're gonna replace the floor, the walls, anything the smoke or fire or water for that matter touched. We want to eliminate, repair. We can see there is a little bit of heat distortion on the stainless. All of this we should be able to heat up and level back out. So not too worried about that. We're definitely going to be doing either new paint or a full wrap on the coach. We haven't decided which yet. All the stainless will be getting polished out. Gonna need some tires, at least anyone that these were fire damaged, so we'll probably end up just putting a whole set of drives on it. Let's see what else we got. Of course, the one and only Series 60, my opinion, one of the best motors out there for heavy hauling. This is done. We have no idea what the mileage is on this particular coach. I know on our 379 we have 1.5 million and it's still going strong. everything in here minus a little bit of smoke damage, and we've done a little bit of cleaning up here just to see what would wipe off. Fire never made it in here. So we're hoping that translates into no damage on the electronics back here. So again, we're going to go in here, and once we get it fired up and get the harness put back, we're going to take care of clean up all of this. None of that's acceptable to us. Any of the wiring down here, the electric tape, and all of that's going to get properly repaired. Things hanging from zip ties here. Now we understand that some of this may have been on the road repairs and clearly not how Prevost or Vulcan would have built it, but not up to our standards. Let's see what else we got going on. Backside of the generator bay, door struts are no good on there, so nothing really to see. Some of our systems here. Guessing under there, some holding tanks. Not real sure, but we're gonna open it up and find out. Some of the stuff we found in the coach that we felt to keep, some of the missing lugs and other things. When they towed this, we're assuming after the fire, they pulled the hubs, pulled the axles in the rear, so there's gonna be some repairs there. Nothing we're worried about right now. Our main goal is getting the harness put back together. See what we got going on inside. All right, welcome to the inside of the coach. Give you just a quick glimpse of what we're looking at. Overall, everything looking really good. We can tell that she was well maintained and in service when everything happened, which we, after a little bit of homework, found out what it was doing and where it was when it caught fire. Overall, the interior's not bad. We have done a little bit of cleanup, just getting some of the old leftover stuff that was in here. Got 4 AC units. So doing a little bit of homework, we found out that 2 of them were installed pretty recently. Nice fridge. Sorry, a little tough to see in here, but there's our bathroom. Second dinette. And here's where the fun begins. This is where we had 12 bunks set up, and the generator bay was just below us down here. So a couple of things you can see on the floor that obviously there's a lot of smoke damage and fire damage underneath. The fire department initially cut a lot of this out. We started cutting a little bit more just to get an idea. We're finding a lot of things, for example, that we weren't aware of, but this is what's going to necessitate us tearing up the wall to see what's doing in there. And this is going to be where all the fun begins. So we have quite a few harnesses running through here, and they are, well, there's a few words you could use, but let's just say no longer functioning. So we're going to be pulling a lot of scrap copper out of here. These were all encased in conduit as they ran back. So you're seeing a mix of melted plastic, melted PVC, and melted wires. But looking here, you can see where they built the coach so well, the fire was isolated to the generator bay. It did not go past. Now, that doesn't mean there's not damage within those conduit. We've yet to cut that open. That's our next project. We've already removed the bunks. We're going to end up having to remove the back lounge area. If you take a look at the floor, and I know it's probably something that doesn't translate well to the camera, but there's a lot of areas where there's water damage and obviously fire and smoke damage underneath. We've also found a lot of mold, mildew back here. So it's going to have to go. But there you go. Oh, and we replaced the window temporarily. Went ahead and got all the broken glass out of there and laser cut a piece of acrylic in our shop just to have something to keep the rain out.
So we wanted to give you a quick update. After doing a little bit more research on the bus, we were able to find these pics online of the bus on fire. And we got a little bit more of the backstory. Bus was on tour, had just left the Grand Ole Opry the night before, and the band was asleep in a parking lot when the generator started making some funny noises. Thankfully, somebody was alerted to it, got everybody out of there, got the equipment out of there, and nobody got hurt, so that was great. So we know we have a monumental task on our hands, getting this wired up, running again, doing all the repairs, and then we're going to convert this to a family motor coach. We have no need for a tour bus. So if you'd like to join us on this journey, please like and subscribe. We'll try to put videos up as often as possible. We're going to try hard to document the entire process. We're going to keep track of the cost and share all that information with you. And if you have any ideas or suggestions, we'd love to hear them. Please leave them down in the comments below. Thanks again, everybody.